Have you ever come across someone online who seems to have it all figured out? The perfect routine, the ideal lifestyle, and endless success. It's inspiring, really. But sometimes it becomes more than just inspiration. You start mimicking their every move, hoping that their path will lead to your success. And here's where the problem begins. No two journeys are the same. Yet, we've all fallen into the trap of thinking that copying someone else's life will magically bring us happiness or success. But here's the hard truth. It won't. Why? Because their journey isn't your journey. The circumstances, the privileges, the challenges they face, they're all different from yours. You might follow their skincare routine, their diet plan, or even their career path, but you will never follow their context. And without context, you're just replicating an illusion. Every day, we are bombarded with advice. Be bold, be selfish. While some of these advice might work for the people saying it, doesn't mean it will work for you. Not everyone's mindset is meant to be applied to your life. Let's say you're someone who's naturally soft-spoken, kind, and selfless. But what happens when you try to force yourself into a mindset that doesn't align with who you truly are? You lose the best parts of yourself. I'm not saying being selfless means letting people walk all over you. And I'm definitely not saying you should be naive or stupid. There's a difference between being kind and being a pushover. You can be selfless by setting boundaries. Some people are bold and brash, and that's okay. But if that's not who you are, don't force it. Your kindness, your empathy, your soft nature, these are in weaknesses. They're your strengths. Here's what to remember. Being true to yourself doesn't mean you have to follow someone else's script. You don't need to be selfish to value yourself. You don't need to be loud to be heard. And you don't need to change your nature to fit into someone else's mold. Everywhere you look, there is a new ism to follow. Onyonism, Jennyism. At a glance, it seems inspiring. It feels like you're finally finding a framework for who you want to be. But let's be real. Does it really work? I've seen the guides, the mood boards, and the rules for living like someone else. And you know what they all have in common. They're the same thing in different shades. Work on yourself, be confident, cut off negativity. It's a good advice, but it's also vague. These trends might give you a starting point, but they're not the whole thing. Trying to mold yourself into someone else's version of success or identity won't work. Following that trend without understanding yourself will only have you feeling more lost. At the end of the day, the only ism you need to follow is your own. Build your mindset around what works for you, because no trend can replace the power of being you. So put your name first, start an ism, stop for a moment, and listen to yourself. Not to the guides, not to the trends, but to your needs. Be inspired, but create your own identity. When people tell you you're lazy when they say, get up, hustle, you don't have to do that. You don't have to push yourself when your body is telling you otherwise. That advice might make you feel guilty. But here's the truth. Burnout happens to everyone. You're not lazy. You're human. Your body knows what it needs. Not everything online applies to your body, your pace, and your needs. Rest. Recharge. You'll get there when you're ready. Don't rush it. But here's the thing. Don't confuse taking a break with giving up. Giving up is when you stay stuck for years, trapped in the same place, not moving on because you decided it's over. Taking a break is about listening to yourself, recharging, and coming back stronger. Giving up is when you stop trying, stop pushing, and give in to the pressure to quit. Listen, you don't have to make it aesthetic or romanticize everything. You just have to make it yours. You have to keep it real. A lot of people online will tell you to be mysterious, to keep your circle small, to conserve your energy at all costs. And sure, that works for them. But if your natural personality is more open, more bubbly, that's okay. You don't have to change that. Trust me, I tried. Staying away from people, isolating myself to protect my peace. But you know what I ended up with? No people, no experiences, and no stories to tell. So, if you're naturally chatty, if you love to talk, to share, to connect, then do it. You don't have to dim your light just because someone else is saying quiet is better. Your nature is yours. Own it. Don't miss out on life trying to fit into someone else's idea of peace. If you're a yapper, be a yapper. If you love to talk, then talk. That's your peace. And that's more than okay. The experiences of others can guide you. Sure, they can even sound similar to what you're going through. But their experiences aren't your experiences. Just because someone had a relationship that didn't work out for them, doesn't mean yours will be the same. You're a different person, with a different personality. and you'll have different outcomes. Don't let fear of making mistakes hold you back from living. Yes, you can learn from the mistakes of others, but the truth is, the most important lesson you'll learn will come from your mistakes. That's life. If you genuinely feel it, then give it a try. What goes wrong will go wrong, but that's part of the journey. You don't need to worry about the future so much that you miss out on the present. Life isn't about avoiding all the pain. It's about experiencing everything, the good, the bad, and the in-between. It's really simple. If you try to copy someone else's formula, it won't work for you. If you're trying to use an algebra formula for trigonometry, it just won't work. Sure, both are math and they might look similar. Numbers, letters, equations, but the formula, it's not the same. So, yeah, you can listen to the advice, but don't let it consume you. And here's the thing, no one tells you to copy someone else's life. No one says, remake my journey. But let's be real, it happens. As humans, we see someone doing something and succeeding, and we think, if I do that too, it'll work for me. And that's where we get stuck. It's natural to think someone else's way will work for you. But don't give up just because things aren't working out like you thought they would. I know how hard it is to keep up with the routines, picture perfect lives, and all the advice online. It can feel like you're falling behind, like everyone else is crushing it and you're not. But it's okay to go at your own pace. It's okay if you can't keep up with someone else's timelines. And just keep moving forward. The key is not giving up. The way you set yourself up for growth isn't supposed to be a trend. It's not about looking like you've got it all together. It's about actually changing for real. Start listening to yourself. Learn, experiment, grow. But do it your own way. Because the only mindset that will truly change your life is yours. The you mindset is all you need. Brought to you by Jade.